Hi, I'm Amy Reese with ARC Business Solutions, and I just exposed my business on BizLinks TV network. Learn more about how to gain access to federal and corporate contracting opportunities as we set out to shatter the 1%, coming up on my episode of That's My Biz on BizLinks TV. I came to a point in my life when I decided that I wanted to think more about the legacy that I was leaving behind for my family, and decided that I wanted to, begin to look at alternatives so that I could use my talents actually for small businesses as opposed to big businesses. So that's kind of how I started. I branched out on my own with another business venture, and through that experience, I ended up understanding more about federal contracting. I've already understood corporate contracting opportunities. I was involved in that for 20-something years. And I've realized that there is a significant gap in the wealth of information and people really understanding those small businesses and how they can leverage that to grow their businesses, and started ARC Business Solutions and haven't looked back.
Great. I tell you, we're definitely kindred spirits in that respect, because I love small businesses, love working with them. And like you say, you see so many times some of the gaps of information that they don't receive. So finding that niche and how you can help them and help those businesses. Now, getting into corporate contracts and federal contracts, kind of what's the difference there? Because we hear a lot about each, but kind of how are they different?
Very different, actually. So the corporate side of the house is literally where major corporations, primarily Fortune 500, Fortune 100 organizations, have what's called diversity and procurement initiatives. And so for minorities and for women, for veterans, organizations, they look for these small businesses to compete as vendors because they want to be able to level the playing field, so to speak, so that they can provide those opportunities not just for large vendors or non-minority, non-women vendors. They want to make sure they are all inclusive. So most major corporations have these diversity and procurement initiatives. There are certain certifications that you should get if you're a small business owner in order to be able to leverage those opportunities. But that's one side of the house. Most major corporations do have diversity and procurement initiatives where they want to spend 20 to 25% of their procurement dollars or their yearly spend with small businesses and minority women-owned businesses. And so that's a goal that they have. On the other side of the house, the federal side of the house, obviously, that's the federal government. Most people don't realize it is the world's largest purchaser of goods and services. Literally, the federal government makes nothing. Everything they need, they have to purchase. And again, the world's largest purchaser of goods and services. So the statistics are that less than 1% of small businesses participate in the vendor process. But 23% is set aside for small businesses. There's a law that was passed under the Small Business Administration that says that 23% of federal procurement, what the federal government spends on goods and services, must go to small businesses.
Less than 1%.
Less than 1% participate in the process. So it is my goal to shatter the 1%.
I love that. That explains it.